back to Into the Veil. This is Rachel. We're doing the follow-up on the Fairy Hollow video that we did. We had left a bag of treats. First of all, let me say, if you hadn't seen the video yet, we went through looking for different signs of elementals and what they might use, and I'm going to see if I can't put photos together, but I received 2 in an email and I have my own, and all 3 of us had the exact same little faces, let's say, that we saw in this hut. And I started to open it. In fact, I was going to open it right there where there is now a little hole. So I guess maybe they thought that if they opened it, I'd leave it alone. But that was where we saw what looked like a little pixie. And I noticed, I don't know if it'll do it on this one, but I noticed that there looked like an image here, and there was another image here that actually was kind of helping the pixie watch. Our little bag is way over here, but I left it right in front of her over here.
You left it right in that hollow of that space, right under those vines.
So,
but all the seeds are gone, except for a couple of little holes.
Okay. I just saw something move in the door.
Yeah.
I hope that's on video. I don't know.
Well, I was kind of holding it toward there.
We'll see. So I brought more seeds, nuts. I took a granola bar and kind of broke it up into smaller pieces. And then there's some apple. I really don't know what they like yet. I don't know that they're picky, and I've asked Sasquatch, hint hint Junior, to leave this for them. He's got enough food over there. He shouldn't need to mess with theirs.
He's a treat glutton.
There's a little waller spot right there in that. Okay, coming in. Nobody bite. But the whole time I was threatening to open that up to see, I felt like I was going to get bit, so I just left it. And I put a little bit of raw tobacco in this cup because I had some viewers suggest it, and we thought we'd see if that appealed to them. We get a lot of different types of energies, but we get a lot of pixie energy out here. Whew.
Well, there's the airplane stalking us again.
Again. It's not a complete video shoot without an airplane.
So which way do you want to go?
I was looking at it. Almost looks like a little path under here. It caught my eye. It comes around the tree and down underneath here. I was just looking for little feet or anything. I'm pretty sure that's too little for her to watch.
Oh yeah.
So we'll keep our eye out for little feet. Thank you for not biting. I don't think they're mean, honestly. I think that what I feel is that it takes them a while to be able, I feel like their world is very vivid and colorful, and they also can pick up on the auric energy of plants and different things, and probably assess their needs based on the auric energy of a specific plant. When you think about the number of plants that we have, you know, how would you delineate what needs what?
Sure, they're fantastic herbalists.
They're incredible. I have a huge amount of respect for all of our forest beings. But they, I really feel like they pick up on the energy. It could be a wounded animal. It could be a plant that needs a little extra love. Let's go this way. Pixies are fun. They're lighthearted overall. You know, a lot of people want to know if Tinkerbell's a fairy or a pixie. Well, technically Disney kind of crossed her because
she's a hybrid.
Yeah, she should be a pixie. They're known to have long lives, almost immortal, and they're said to be very lucky. So I don't think the worst thing that I could do would be to befriend one or two. We get a lot of imagery of beings that do not fit anything that I have found in lore or literature, any kind of ancient or old stories, pictures. Being that this is the United States, it could be that we have varieties that maybe haven't been identified specifically. I can't say that I really felt anything specifically negative. Get a shot right there at the bottom of that tree. I feel like I see something in the circle of it. Let's see. But there, you know, the first experience I remember ever having with energies in a woods environment, we were in Illinois and we used to deer hunt often, and we always ground hunt, but I was sitting there and part of what would often happen is if we were sitting against a tree or whatever, we just kind of became so absorbed in our environment that it wasn't hard to get a deer to walk right up to us. Well, one day there was a small creek in front of us, and I saw this beautiful woman, and I would say she would look like an apparition, but she was white. And the only thing I have ever found that even correlates with that is a woman of the woods, you know, that she presents herself in that way. We can go on up. And then maybe 20 minutes or a half hour later, there was this small, I would say it looked like a child. It was lean, had on a light brown, I'm going to say vest, and darker pants, darker hair. I couldn't really see the ears to see if I would call it elven, but it felt something more like that. And I watched it across the creek just walk across in front of me, and it startled me, but I was so fascinated. And I don't think that fascination, I'm sure it was there before we even met. I mean, as a child, I'm sure I had a fascination for it growing up in a Scotch-Irish family, but it was just breathtaking.
Well, it's twilight time and your lightning bugs are synapsing.
Yeah.
We should probably get up there and check your other spot by the hollow stump to see if it's had any activity before it gets much darker.
Yeah, let's do that. And if anything catches our eye between here and there, we will definitely include it. Okay, so this area fascinates us because just kind of overnight, this was created. And as much as this feels like a Sasquatch move, all these little fairy caps started popping up. And there's some new ones. So it kind of feels like maybe, I don't know if it's Junior, but somebody's kind of worked out something with them. I do think they work together often. So I don't know if the fairy caps have a certain energy, something that they provide to this space that nothing else would. I'm trying so hard not to step on it. And I'm not really seeing anything that tells me structure. So I don't know if this is just a little party pad. I don't know what they're using this for.
I'm looking at the little faces on the trees out there.
Yeah, and we have a lot of faces and trees. I know that many of you have brought it to our attention. There is a tree spirit called a Dryad. It's almost like a path. But the Dryads traditionally, from what I understand, were female, but that they could shape shift and take on any image they liked. The tree spirits out here, funny enough, are primarily male, and they feel male. I feel like they're assigned to a tree at its birth and tend to that tree and protect it. I'm just looking around here to see if we see anything structure-ish or right over there.
I think it's getting dark enough that when I try to zoom, it just turns dark. So we need to get on up the trail.
Yeah. Okay, so this is where we had left the other bag of goodies last time, and thus far I'm not seeing. I'm gonna look real quick. I don't see anything. No bag, no nothing. So we're gonna go with this spot again. I would think if it were an animal, it would have torn right into it. There's some heel and little toes. Very cool. All right. Let's see if we can't get through here. Very good. things like this, it's better to apologize on the chance. Because what you don't want is to make them mad. Okay.
And look at there.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's been snacking.
Now that's those lichens.
Technically lichens, but I caused a little panic when I said lichen before.
That's a cool toadstool.
As I say, it looks like a whole piece has been cut. It's a perfect, I don't know if you can get it close up, perfect V.
Looks like another one on past you on the trail. Kind of a low crawl type maneuver spot to get through here.
Yeah. Pretty close quarters. And that one's been over.
Yeah.
No bites out of that one, so that must not be their preference.
Well, I think we've just about run out our daylight.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up for now, and hope that we find more evidence to bring to you. Had a lot of questions about a couple of platforms where they have video. I haven't been seeking these people as long, so maybe with familiarity, but just hang with us, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.